Linda from paperboutique.blogspot.com. Today we're going to be making these cute paper pumpkins. A special thanks to Martha Stewart for this great idea. I'm going to hold it so you can see. My technique is a little different than hers, and so you get a good view. And I just had to use the Cricut to make mine. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to move these out of the way. The first thing that you're going to need to do, I'll just leave that one right here, is cut 12, well actually 10 to 12 1-inch by 6-inch strips. And you can use two colors. If you do, you would cut 5 of one color and 5 of the other. The reason I said 10 to 12 is I use 10 for mine, but if you want your pumpkin just a little fuller, go ahead and use 12. Then what I did is you want to punch a hole, and I used my Crocodile, and I used the 1/8 of an inch hole, or the 1/8 of the inch hole size, and then I punched on each side just about 1/4 of an inch away. And then I lined up about half of them and used, let me go reach over here and get that, a binder clip, and then went and used the template and punched all of the holes. So that's the first thing that you're going to do for this size pumpkin. Next, what you're going to do is take 2 brads, and I used embroidery floss for this, but you can use twine. I used a contrasting color so that we could see it, but you'd want to match it as close as you could to your pumpkin. I also used, this particular pumpkin is pretty heavyweight cardstock. The other green one was about a medium to heavy, and then I'm going to demonstrate on this thinner cardstock. Well, the first thing you'll do if you're doing a pumpkin like this is just stack the strips, and if you're doing one like this, you'll just go ahead and alternate the colors. Okay, what you want to do is you want to have the head of the brad on the wrong side, and once again, the distance between these 2 brads is between 2 3/4 and 3 inches. This one's closer to 3 inches. It just depends on the shape. And then just go ahead and put your paper, and you could obviously have your paper lined up a little bit better. You don't need to watch me feed paper through. But we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm hoping that this is in camera. Then what you're going to do, move my finger, is just turn it over and open the brad. And the open side of the brad is going to be on the right side. So you're going to do the same thing with this on the bottom. And it just depends on the cardstock that you use. This one, it's a little bit easier to use the lightweight cardstock, but it's going to be a little harder to open it. So I'll show you in a moment, and it's a little bit of a struggle to get it all in there, but it works every time. And I tied a double knot when I was doing it, and see, it just holds the cardstock. And like I said, this is thinner, so it's going to be a little bit, let me get my finger underneath there. There, it's going to be a little bit harder to get started. The thicker is a little easier, but I just kind of wanted to show you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go all the way, I don't want to rip the paper. You're going to open it all of the way around, and when you open it, you want to space it out, and you can see here, so it's spaced evenly. You can continue to move it with the brad. Next, you're going to cut 2 leaves, and be sure to go ahead and flip one of the leaves when you're cutting it from the storybook cartridge on page 29, and remember to flip one. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cut 1 pumpkin stem from Happy Hauntings on page 100. I don't know if you can see this, but I folded it up just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is trim this away, and then you can use a mini glue dot there, and well, let me fold this over and then we'll get rid of this edge here too. Then you can use snail tape or mini glue dots or a glue stick, and you're going to tape that right on top of the pumpkin. And in this case, I don't know if you can tell, I Cuttlebug this stem. And then the nice thing about these leaves is they're slit. I love the Storybook cartridge. So you can just open them up and slide them on. And as you can see, it covers the back of the stem, which works out perfectly. And that is really all there is to it. But I want to show you just a couple of variations. On this one, I just did, this one is just a solid color, but I thought it would be fun if you Cuttlebug the strips maybe. Last week I did a video on making these paper bows, and I hope you can tell, I Cuttlebug the strips before I attached them, and I think that would be so cute in this particular pumpkin, and I love green and white pumpkins. So I did a green one. Cuttlebugging it would be nice. Also, another idea I think that would be nice for this particular pumpkin is to use maybe a gold background swirl stamp. You could even emboss on it, and that would be really pretty. And I wanted to show you another technique that I did. For this technique, I cut the strips out 1.5 inches wide, and then I went ahead and used a punch on both sides of them, and I think that's really cute too. I think it would also be cute if you Cuttlebugged over the top of those, but I love the look of the pumpkins. Well, I'd like to tell you the sizes. Martha Stewart did her sizes a little bit different. She made super large pumpkins, and to make the really large ones, you're going to cut 24 12-inch by 1-inch size strips, and you're going to have 5 inches of twine between the brads. I didn't make the super large ones. And to make a medium-sized pumpkin, you're going to cut 18 strips of paper, 9 inches by 7/8 of an inch. Let me say that again. 18 strips, 9 inches by 7/8 of an inch. And I'll just go for my size again. I used 10 1-inch by 6-inch strips, and my distance was about 3 inches between the brads. Well, I'd like to thank you for watching, and please check out my blog at www.paperboutique.blogspot.com for more project ideas. Bye-bye.